All right. So, very cool. All right. Goodness. Okay, great. All right. So I have Alashea, Holly, and I think it's Faretta. I think I'm not positive. I'm not positive, but we'll start with Faretta because you did go ahead and reserve a spot. So I appreciate you. Okay. Yes. All right. All right. Welcome, welcome. So we're going to be pulling from the Tarot of Dreams, and this is the tarot. First, let's slow down. Let's slow down. Let's tune in together. Let's pull our energy together. All right. Happy hump day, everybody. Yes, 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 yes. And then just pull your energy into your body. And what you're noticing is you're noticing the energy around you. And you could feel it in your mind and in your body. Okay. You could feel it in your mind and your body, and that's fine. All right. And what you're doing is you're just noticing and noticing and noticing. And if there's pressure in your head, we're going to release it right now. We're going to transmute that vibration into a better practiced vibration that we want to share. Okay. Let's say we want to share more gratitude, more kindness, more compassion, more love, more ease, more relaxation. And simply by telling, oh, cool. And simply by telling us, telling ourselves that we can feel better, our vibration has a tendency, or our decision, our energy starts to move toward that new frequency because it's now offered in our perception. All right. Cool. So now we're all getting into this entrainment, and I'm just going to keep clearing the field and transmuting. Let's kind of shake off. There you go. Shake off the world. There we go. Yes. What a great illumination day, right? So the darkness has been illuminated. It passed right before the sun. And as that happens, you have that ring. All right. And what that does is that is a highly illuminated backside of the moon where Lilith is. So all of our shadow, all of our anything that like was hidden from us, our subconscious that we've been maybe thinking about but haven't done anything about, right? And we've had this knowing that it's there, but we've already told ourselves we worked on it. We don't need to do that shit anymore. I'm over it, blah, blah, blah. All of that comes to the surface. And yesterday was the pinnacle day, all right? And so you might notice that your energy has shifted into the eclipse gate because you can't take that energy with you. All right. So what we're doing is we're using our energy to create how we want to feel, how we want our body to feel. We want it to feel healthy. And whatever that means or feels like to you, that's the vibe you're going to create. You're going to generate it. Okay. Because you're thinking about it and then you're trying to create it with the heart. Okay. And the heartbeat creates the vibe. Okay. And so you're giving it signals that it's pulsing into the nervous system. All right. Okay, cool. See, now you got it. You're like a okay. And now you're vibing. Got it? And what we're doing is we're selecting a frequency together and we're allowing that to be like our moniker, so to speak. Okay. All right. So from there, I'm going to do some clearing, some deep clearing on an individual who has pain right here in the back left of their neck and then the right scapula right in that spot. And I'm just going to grab that out and put that into some spirit acid. Shake that off. Take a deep breath in and let go. There you go. And then you'll settle into the energy. There you go. All I notice is when there's a disturbance in the force, so to speak. That's not really what it is. It's I'm very hyper aware of frequency. And when I'm setting a frequency, I know what I want and I know how I want it to feel. And when I have that in my mind already, I've created an intention and then you step into my intention. And so in our consciousness, we come together and we create it together. That's how it works. Okay. All right. So today I want it to be very intentional because Leo is very intentional, wants to be seen, wants to be loyal, have a purpose, be very driven, and isn't willy-nilly. All right. Leos are not willy-nilly. They do want to be seen and they love to be in leadership positions and they want to be out front. Yet their personality is loyalty, passion, fire. So that's why they're so creative. So a creative spirit of fire. That fire matches like the horse this year, very, very determined. And coming out of Cancer season and moving into there with Mars just moving into the space, right? Or Jupiter just moving into the space, right? Into Leo. Now we have about a year of that. So we're going into this expansion of our passionate nature, what our masculine is. All right. So we're refining that right at the moment. Okay. Ooh, everybody let go. That was good. All right. Okay. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to do my best to go through, I'll go top to bottom. Okay. And I will, okay. It has this thing that is like, you know, I don't want it there and I don't know how to get rid of it. So give me a second. Maybe if I just say this and then do this. There. Okay. Nope. Okay. Then we're here. Whatever. So the first person is going to be Varetta. Okay. Varetta. And so the reason is because I decided to go ahead and pull all the names that I got before we started off of Eventbrite for today and off of Wix. So she doubled down and went on both sites. Thank you very much for your sign up. And I appreciate that. And so what we're going to do is we're going to pull from the Tarot of Dreams, which is Cyril Marchetti. You could tell that my voice begins to pick up speed when I move into channel. That's how it works for me. So this is a recorded opportunity. So at the end, you can replay it in case you missed something. There will not be a lot of interaction. There will be a channeled message that I'll bring through for you in 3 different ways. And I hope that it deeply opens the gates for you in positivity and prosperity and love and abundance and gratitude and appreciation, all the juice. Okay. And that's like what my intention is as I move into these readings. So the first cards that I'm going to pull from are the Cyril Marchetti Tarot of Dreams. The next are going to be the Mystic Tarot, Monday's Tarot. Okay, Mystic Mondays. And then that one will be the Divine Feminine. This is the Divine Masculine. And then those are the representations I'm using for my decks today. And then everybody likes to know when. When is this going to take place? When the fuck is this coming? Or whatever is going to happen, right? And I'm going to show you benchmarks by using this deck. This is my time deck. This is my time deck. I use it for time. I tell everybody the time or the when with this deck. It's easy for me that way. And I just told the deck to behave that way. That's how I use my decks. I give them instruction and they say, okay, let's work together that way. And as long as I am directing the energy and the intention, will interact in that way. So that's how you can do things like that. You've set up the space and given it rules of behavior. Now you get to engage that way. That's how it works. Okay, so here we are. So I'm going to go back in. I wanted everybody to know it's not going to slow down. Ooh-wee. All right, here we go. All right, Varetta. Okay, so as I step into your vibration, these are indicators. The card that I'm about to pull is an indicator for where you're currently at. This is what's most prominent in your vibrational offering. It is what you are most noticing without noticing it. So it's kind of a subconscious aspect, and we'll look at it to see right now. Okay, so we'll pull a card. Varetta. I think what I'm going to do is what I normally do when I'm in a physical or a Zoom, and I'm just going to go like this. Varetta. Okay. Woo, yeah, that's right. That feels much better. Okay, so, woo. Oh, wow. Okay. So right now you're overthinking it, but you're at the end of it as well. Okay. And there's really no blood in the water over it, but your thoughts are killing you basically. All right. They're keeping you awake at night. You're overthinking. You're into this Aquarian energy, which is all right. However, it's not bringing you balance. And what you're thinking of is being illuminated to you, and you're feeling these loops. These loops are not bad, but they're coming to an end because you've asked for that and you're learning how to relax and let go of that. All right. It's situational. So it isn't a spiritual lesson that you have going on. It's just you learning you and being okay with that. Okay. There we are. Okay, so what I got was the 10 of Swords, and it's perfect because the sun is on this card. So as the sun is on this card, it's Leo season. So in Leo season, you're absolutely feeling like you got stabbed in the back, that you're not being seen the way that you would want to be seen. You're not even being appreciated. And these are the thoughts that you're giving to yourself. I don't have a I see now how it got set up. Okay. Anyway, so this is Gemini over here, this glyph right here. So Gemini has Uranus in it. Okay, so Uranus has moved into Gemini, and that's going to be 8 years of distortion. 8 years of distortion in your thoughts, and what it's doing is reflecting back to you whether or not you want to continue to think in these ways. Okay, so overthinking is where you're at right now. Okay, all right, we're going to put this back in the deck, knock it, pull your energy out. Okay, relax. I'm working on you right now. That's why it gets so hot. Okay. I'm not just letting you go. Everything will be fine. Okay. All right. I'll do it one more time. And then when I come to the next person, I'll drop it in. Okay. All right. So hold on one second. Here is my backyard. Isn't it beautiful? There's part of the altar right there. You're welcome. I love you. Okay. Hold on. Okay. All right. Anywho. All right. So now the next aspect that we're going to go into for you is going to be in the divine feminine. Okay. Because as you're shifting, okay. Do you feel sweaty? What we're going to do is this. We're going to a gate or a transition point. Okay. And we're going to release all spirit energy and let it go to the light, go to the light, go to the light. You've been doing a lot of ancestral work, wondering why it's come through that way for you. And that's a story that you're telling yourself over and over again. And you can soften it. And it is time for you to do that. There we go. Okay. Perfect. Okay. So now that it seems as though you have shifted, all right, it feels easier, more open for me. So in that, I want to go ahead and now bring in a supportive vibration. Here, one second. I have to fix things for myself so I'm comfortable. Okay, great. Hey. There we are. Perfect. There's one part that'll make me better. And there's the other part that'll make me better. because my grandma was a Libra. And because my grandma was a Libra, I have to have everything even. It's just in my head that way. I love her, and that's just how my life is. It's okay, though. Okay, so let's see. Let me put the camera back the way I had it. Okay, here we are, present again. All right, let's see where I'm at in your field. So we're going to draw some energy through your energetic system, your meridians, chakras, and we'll just do fire, wood, earth, water, metal, spirit, air. We'll pop the bottom. There you go. And start pulling that out, make some adjustments. We're going to let your body talk to itself and balance its divine feminine and divine masculine. Okay. We're going to slow this down. Okay. Because you're not over feeling. You've just pulled in so much feeling that you're not understanding. You have polarity, and that's okay. It's all right to have a lot of thoughts, and it's all right to have a lot of emotions. The thoughts are the descriptors to the energy of consciousness. And the emotions are the descriptors to the energy of feeling. Okay, awareness, sensory awareness. There you go. And now once you know that, now your body, your mind, your spirit becomes a little bit more balanced because you're everywhere all at once, because you're everything. Got it? Okay, there you go. Now, the reason I took time to do that is because I'm still getting a little ping right here. So this little ping right here is letting me know that there's something in your field that you're still working on with that regret that you're feeling or the overwhelm that you're feeling from that Ten of Swords, okay? And I think that I want to pretend that it's a color, okay? And it feels like it's red. And because it feels like it's red, I just kind of want to look at consciousness and tell consciousness to make it more concise and bury it down, refine it into like a little digital chip for me. And then as soon as it refines, I want to be able just to pluck that out. There we go. That was pretty deep. I know how it feels. You're fine. Okay, and then we're just going to push our energetic field out and say, oh, yeah, I have lots of space, spaciousness, yay. Okay, perfect. Now this is where you want to manifest from. This is where you want to ask from. The reason you want to ask from a space like this is because now you're in your authenticity. You haven't chosen how to feel with an emotion, just to describe to yourself how you want to feel in a situation that you're pulling in, and you don't necessarily have a thought about what is coming next. You're not there. You're very authentic right now. This is your highest vibration. Okay. All right. So now anytime you choose something to work with, all right, it's going to have a frequency. So when you choose a frequency, the better descriptor that you use, one that feels good and that you can align to, okay, that will help. So choose a feeling that is pleasurable to you. Feeling that's pleasurable to you. You have a DNA strand number 2 that allows you to self-regulate your emotional body. So you can do this. So just choose a feeling. You might feel it in your mind. You might feel it in your body. See, feel it in your mind, feel it in your body. That's how you do things. You feel things in your mind, bring it into your body, expand it. There you go. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Raise your vibration. Just let your vibration keep raising. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. See how this is all coming out. Let that go. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. There you go. You're coming up. Okay. See how everything's coming off the back? Feels better, right? Lighter on the shoulders. There you go. Keep doing it. Keep bringing in that vibration. See how you're breathing better and your mind is starting to open. There you go. Okay, great. So we're gonna transmute all the psychic debris into little white butterflies of unconditional love, source energy. Whew. Okay, beautiful. Now we're going to pull a card. And this card is meant to support you during this eclipse gate manifestational period. It's going to go from the 12th to the 28th. Okay, it'll close on the 28th. These days are going to determine not only the next 18 months, which is a match for your spiritual awareness node, your main node, and your south node, your north and south nodes. Okay. And so your north node is like your spirituality. Your south node is like what you're working on, okay, what you're clearing. So, so you learn a lot, and it goes backwards. So you always feel like you're in regression. Plus it goes retrograde, so forward and off a lot. That's why it takes 18 months for the node to move all the way around the wheel instead of 12. Lots of weird stuff. Okay, anyway. So what we're doing right now is we're calling in the energy of the planets. I love working with the planets. Planets are very, they're magnetic and conscious to me. And because they're conscious to me, I can align to their vibration and interpret messages from them. And as I do that, it's not really archetypal energy as much as it is their beingness. So I read their beingness. And Jupiter's coming in extremely forward and letting me know that this message to you, Faretta, is one of expansion and attraction And that's the energy that you're learning to master, your divine feminine. You've had to do a lot of things to provide for yourself. And the idea now is not necessarily to rest, but to pay yourself in words. Gratitude. Thank you so much, Feretta, for doing this for me. I love you, Feretta. You're the best, Feretta. And paying yourself in those words, that kindness, that's going to support this path opening that's being done for you right now. Okay. Down to the 9. You only moved a little. You went to the 9. So here, I'm going to do another one. Oh, I got down to the Ace. Okay. So you're still in a lot of thought, but not as bad. Okay, cool. All right. So I don't think I showed you, I don't think I showed you the 10 of Swords in that deck, but then after we did like that shift, you went down to the 9. Oh, I did show you. Yes. Okay. So you went down to the 9 in this particular deck. I use this as the Divine Feminine. So the Divine Feminine is still feeling reticent. It still has a perception of a threat. Okay. So because it has a perception of threat, it's reluctant to move forward. Okay. A lot of times it's because you're feeling challenged by a belief that you hold. And when your belief gets challenged, it's going to change because you're going to add more information. When you add more information, see how everything started opening? Isn't that nice? When you add more information, it allows your body to relax and for you to regulate your nervous system and tell yourself you're safe. Okay. All right. So you went from a 9 after we pulled the next one and we did like a little bit more. All right. You went from a 9 to a 1. So now you're in a new beginning. You can go ahead. You have a good clearing going on. You can ask yourself what kind of thoughts you would like. What I would do were I you. This is me giving you a suggestion. I would, because you're in such a beautiful place right now, I would begin to write a wouldn't it be nice letter to myself. That's what I would do. I would write something like, wouldn't it be nice to experience love in this way or happiness in this way? Or I would love great joy. And I love how joy appears. And I love how this happens and things like that. Script something for yourself and then put it underneath your pillow. All right. And sleep on that for a couple of weeks and then release it at the full moon. And I would say that that would be really good for the clearing and support aspect that you need. Now, for this shift to really pull through for you and for what it is that you're asking for, especially if you're manifesting, because right here, you're having difficulty doing that. You're having difficulty saying out loud what it is that you want. And that's why I'm giving you this parameter. I'm really direct. Okay. Okay. So if I told you that it's as easy as practicing it like it's already here, you probably couldn't do that. If you were to begin to change your dialogue with yourself, in small ways, supportive ways, that would help you. You could say, oh, it's a beautiful day. I feel so good. My life is good. I'm happy that everything is working out. I'm happy that I have this. I'm happy that I can experience that. If you do that, that will change the dynamic of how you talk to yourself. When you change the dynamic of how you talk to yourself, your lifestyle changes because it matches the inspiration provided by how you talk to yourself, what you think, and how you feel. Okay. And this is when you're going to note that change. You'll clock that change. Okay. And it is a time for healing. So a balsamic moon. All right. So this is a new moon. All right. So this is a rising moon, a first crescent. See how it's a first crescent? Okay. So I would say about 3 days, you'll note the full shift. Okay. Pretty cool, huh? All right. So that was the first person. Let's move to the second person. Next person is going to be the next person who asked was Holly. Oh, wait, I have Alashea. I'll do Alashea first because she is also on the list and she was there just before. So, oh, she's on the other list. Okay, I'll come back to you, Alashea. All right, so first we'll do Holly. Okay, all right. She's going to join me live at 10 for a very beautiful Leo new moon experience. All right. It's going to be via Zoom. You could go ahead and look at bodystudios.com if you're interested. and sign up there. So Holly, okay, so Holly, I'm going to go ahead and come into your vibration. Ooh. And as we settle in together, there we are. This deck is designated mostly to like a reflection of like what you're doing currently in your life, right? Like what actions you're taking, if they're detrimental or if they're beneficial. Okay. And if you're supporting your ask or if you're in disparity of it. Okay. All right. You have a lot of curiosity in your consciousness, so I'm just answering your questions out loud. There we go. That feels better. Okay, Holly. Perfect. All right. Ooh, okay. So you have some choice going on. It is very circumstantial. I have 2 wands in front of me. So basically 2 doors stand before you. You can go to the left or to the right or to this way or that way, but both of them are available to you. I want to let you know that both of them will show up anyway. One will show up now, one will show up later, because you always have the curiosity. The curiosity is what keeps you going and keeps you early in this action. That's what a 2 is, early in this action. Your let's see, passion is driving you. So I would lean into how I feel about the circumstance. Whatever it is that you are making a decision about is going to require inspired action. So slowing down and really tuning in and using the common sense, like what everybody else is feeling at the same time, allowing you to know what you feel, so that way you could tell the difference between you and what other people are feeling, because we feel everybody. That's what common sense is. We're sensing into the common energy around us. So when we sense the surroundings and other people, we're reading the situation so that we can better determine what's safe and actionable for us. That's why. Okay. All right. You're very good at that. Cool. All right. So I would say you're like, do I go to the left or do I go to the right? Do I go to door number 1, door number 2? Which one is it that I need? I just want you to tell me. No, you have to sit still and let yourself receive what is best in alignment. And you're the only one that's attached to it directly. So slowing down, there you go. Slowing down allows it to be in front of you instead of being so far away. And it's really easy to access something. So we just did a minor adjustment. That's pretty easy. All right. It was a 2 of wands. The 2 of wands is always going to be, and that's Mars. So Mars, I feel like I need my book right now, but that's okay. Anyway, my ephemeris. Anyway, so Mars is your action, and that's Aries. So I would actually equate this with you building a new structure using Saturn in retrograde. So you're actually regressing into what, and it's a 13, so it's a 4, right? So it's 1 initiate energy, and it's teaching or learning. Okay. And so that's where you're at. It's a combination, building a foundation, and you're in retrograde. So you're going over old beliefs and habits that are maybe outmoded or outdated at this time. And as you do that, it's situational. You're allowing your spirituality to continue to progress. You're very open to it. And I would just say, if you slow down and be still, you'll get better messaging, because you do very good reading. You're very accurate, but it's not consistent. And that's because you don't allow yourself to slow down. Okay. So that's the first part of it. Okay. So we cleared everything before we walked you through the gate. Okay. Feels good, huh? Everybody's going to dig this. Okay, great. All right. Whew. All right. Okay, so maybe we'll just include the entire thread with this, and we'll open up a transition point. We'll ask all spirit energy to go to the light, go to the light, go to the light. You'll keep your ancestors. Everything's fine. Nobody's leaving that way. Okay. Ooh, all right, Holly. 10 of Cups. So you're really in alignment for whatever it is that you're asking for. You've done the work. You've held the space. Everything is like really ready to go, but you're at completion. So whatever it is that you have completed, you need to recognize. And if you recognize it, whatever comes next is going to be most beneficial. Okay. So since you're like in that wish space, well, the 9 is a wish space, but since you're in that completion state, I would go ahead and allow myself to be in acceptance. So as you're in acceptance, then you'll be in that what is, you'll be better able to make the next decision. See how everything's evening out, right? And so what we're doing is we're balancing the divine feminine and masculine. I'm using elements, so firewood, earth, water, metal, spirit, air. You might feel a draw. That's a little bit of the old. We're going to transmute that old vibration into little white butterflies of unconditional love, source energy. Okay. All right. So you're telling yourself you're powerless. Okay. And because you're telling yourself you're powerless, see, and then across the solar plexus. So because you're doing that, you're being subjective, and that's still a choice. So you're still making a choice. So it doesn't matter how you tell yourself what the fuck it is, you're still doing it. Got it? I would say I'm sorry, but I'm not. I'm not sorry. I'm just direct. Okay. Okay. All right. So Two of Pentacles. So it's kind of like this balancing act. Okay. One is going to give you more, but not the satisfaction. One's going to give you satisfaction, but not more. And the idea is for you to choose what's going to be best for you. And you have to decide what your best means to you. What does it feel like to you? And when you do that, it'll get easier. All right. And I would say that you're real close to the energy of your decision right now. That's the Two of Pentacles. All right. In that energy, in that energy, what you could do is this. You could easily decide that you want to feel joy, that you want to feel freedom, that you want to feel ease. And then you're choosing to feel happy. And you can be happier and create happiness and be the happiest. And see how your vibration changes simply by adding frequencies, using the way you feel and telling your mind, and how it controls the mind, body, spirit, slows everything down to where you're doing only either you're chopping wood or you're carrying water, you're just doing it. Okay, you're being. That's a state of being. So you're reaching flow state now. When you're in flow state, this is the best way to feel when you're getting ready to script. And today is a day of scripting. Today's the day that you go ahead and you write down those beautiful notes to yourself. I love the beauty of the day. I love how my body feels. I love how my life is. I love this. And when you do that, I'm suggesting to everybody to put it under their pillow and sleep on it until the full moon. All right? You can feel that. Okay, good. All right, so you want to know when the best day is for the decision, or when you're going to feel that stillness and come into alignment with it, okay? I don't know how immediate it is. I'm hearing urgency, urgency, urgency. So I don't know what the alignment to the decision will be, but you're going to second guess yourself if it's beyond what you think it should be. Ooh, see how that choice came in? You had a choice as to how you wanted to feel about it, okay? There you go. The reason your spine hurts occasionally is because you hold all your you hold a lot of information in your spine, physical information, memory, things like that. Okay, so here we are. Ooh. You can't make this shit up. Okay, great. So meditate and contemplate. New moon in Pisces. That's almost a year. It's not a year. It's about 6 months. So 6 months, you'll feel settled. If you've made a decision, you'll go into acceptance. That's what I'm feeling. But when it said new moon in Pisces, I'm really reading full moon in Pisces. So I'd say 2 weeks. 2 weeks is like when you'll know what it is that you want to decide. And in that decision, you'll have done like a pros and cons list for all of the considerations, and burn them and then do another one. You burn them and do another one. The reason that you do that is because if you keep looking at the same one, it's like playing the loop in your head. And you're just trying to get rid of all the information you've pulled in, and that's why it's beneficial. And then after you do that, if you can't make a decision, the easiest way that I've found to make a decision is to allow my intuition to guide me. And when I do that, I want it to be blank, to where like I have no cheats. So I go ahead and I'll write down whatever the choices are on different pieces of paper, and I'll turn them upside down, mix them up, and I add more so that way I'm not limited. I don't like limitation. Fuck that shit. So I just add more about like what could be. And then I go ahead and I hold my hand over the papers, right? And if one says this one, then I'll go ahead and I'll set it aside, because some of them, a lot of them might say this one, this one, this one. Okay. And when they do that, then I can start to take away the ones that don't feel as much. And I'm using my mind to read my possibilities. And the one that's going to be most prevalent is probably going to be the one that shows up in the paper. And that aligns me because now I've done a mind, a feeling, and a physical, and they all match. Now it pulls me into that alignment. That's why it's so effective. All right. Okay. Little manifesting tips, mastermind shit. Okay. So meditate and contemplate. Remember, I said to slow down, and that's what you absolutely need to do. So meditate and contemplate. It says new moon in Pisces. So that's going to be 6 months from now, okay, is when you'll really know what it is to ask for. Okay. So allow whatever it is to be like a part of the journey. Maybe these are the stepping stones to get to where it is that you would like. That's how I like to look at things. When I look at things in that way, I can stay in continued momentum. All right. And I'll leave you with that. Yay. Okay. So let's see. Is Brittany, Denise, or Vicky here? Brittany, Denise, or Vicky? I don't want to. Yes. Okay. All right. Let's see. I love you guys. Okay. All right. Okay. So. Okay. All right. Well, I don't have anybody else's names in the comments, but I do. I'm just going to start back at the top again, and we'll go with Alashea. Then I'm going to go down real rapid. Okay. Right now we have 643, I think. Yeah, 643. So these will be rapid reads. Thank you for those who signed up and joined. I'm happy to be of service. And then at 7 p.m., I'm going to be moving over to Patreon. You could join Patreon as a member, find me. All right. And then I'm doing free readings every Wednesday night over there. You're more than welcome to do that. And then we're going to recognize, adjust, and when that'll come in, when it would be most beneficial to move forward. That's what we're going to do now. All right. So we'll start with Alashea. Welcome, Alashea. Thank you for staying. Okay. So recognition. Okay. Now this is a combination of mindset, physical, and emotion. Okay. Mindset, physical, and emotion. All right. So right now you're thinking about traveling, and you're also teaching yourself whether or not you're enough to make these decisions. The sun is out, another Leo card. It has Aries in the corner, but it's the 3 of Wands, and it is looking at possibility. So you've been looking at possibility, and you're teaching and retraining yourself to be able to do so. You're in the very beginning stages of this passionate endeavor. I would do that letter thing. I would do like lots of possibilities. See, limited to just choice, like big choices. Okay. If you want to feel something during the day and you want to use papers to do that, and you want to allow that to guide and provide the opportunity for you, that would be another excellent way to do that. You can like put post-its on a corkboard and throw darts, and then whichever one you hit, that's going to be like your thought for the day. Or you could pull tickets out. I used to do stuff like that because I wanted to choose my vibration, but that's what you're learning how to do. Okay. So you're on fire. You're doing great. You're teaching yourself that that's very important. And you are restructuring all of what it is that you know in your spiritual philosophy, which isn't by any means a small amount. Good job with the Reiki. Continue the Reiki. Okay. It's very prevalent, and Mikao Usui showed up. That's how I know. I was just told to mention it. Okay. So now we're going to pull a benefit card, something that benefits or will be beneficial or will move you into the direction of whatever it is that you're asking for. I never need to know what it is that you're asking for, because I don't need to be attached to whatever limitation tells you you can't have it. Whee. And another 3 of Wands. So you're in alignment. You're in alignment. You receive that. You're moved into teaching. You know that this is going to be beneficial to you and that you're in not a superficial lesson, but a circumstantial experience. And in that contemplation, you're teaching yourself well. Okay. So, really good card. Really nice to go ahead and get doubles that way because it lets you know that your alignment is sure. And I love that. I absolutely adore that. Okay. So, now let's go ahead and do a when will you feel ready to move into that teaching aspect? And that's, oh, wow. Yeah. So maybe you should teach Reiki. Maybe that's what you're meant to teach. You could probably do it online and offer some classes, something like that, if that appeals to you. All right. Okay. Oh, okay. So full moon in Cancer. All right. So that's going to be almost a year. Oh, wait, no, it won't. It'll be 6 months because, like, Cancer. So it'll be, let's see, what's the opposite? Capricorn. So in Capricorn season, that's when it will come through. A personal issue reaches resolution. So full moon in Cancer. All right. Beautiful for timing. I think that that's excellent. You're healing currently. So this is a great way to go into allowance of that. All right. Okay, great. Let's move to the next. Okay, Frida. Okay, great. And anybody there? Catherine. Hi, Catherine. How are you? All right. Okay, so again, this is to show you like where you're at, and then we can shift. I feel as though you have put like a sweater on that's caught on something in back of you. It might be a hoodie. It feels like it's coming like over here and it's holding my arms back at the same time, but it feels like I'm being pulled from the back. So maybe there, that feels a little better. That'll probably open up like your solar plexus. Is that better? Yeah. Okay. All right, we'll get rid of, there we are. That's better. Perfect. There, now the cards are working again. I love it. Okay. So where you're at. Oh, okay. So King of Cups. And so you're very self-motivated by love right at the moment. Okay. And I would, okay, because Aquarius was really difficult this last full moon. And like, it was like that, right? Okay. And so yesterday was like the culmination of all of that, and you let go of that, which was really, really good. And now you're in a now what? Now what? Because you're very motivated. Since you're motivated, why don't you just try some stuff that like speaks to you? Don't try to overdo it. Just try to do some things, okay? Little things that move you in a direction that feels good. And I think that that would be very beneficial for you, okay? But here you are. You are out of it now, okay? Which is good. Which is good. All of us need that. And now we'll do Divine Feminine. Ooh. Wow. Okay, I will. Okay. All right. Ooh, okay, why not? Oh, okay. So you have a 7 of Wands and the Hierophant. 2 cards came out. So you are in a spiritual lesson. The spiritual lesson is going to tell you to use your intuition more and really dip into that. You have been stepping away from it. I would say move into it further. That would be more beneficial. And then the 7 of Wands, you could be contemplating whether or not the direction of travel that you're in is the right direction. And it might feel like you're slightly waiting for what's to come, but you're doing very well and you are aiming in the right direction. Okay. You're probably going to feel that ease around So I pulled 2 cards again. So the new moon in Pisces and the new moon in Aries. So you have double downs as we move through this wheel. So when you come to Pisces season, which is later in the year, and then in Aries, you're going to be asked some questions internally. What is it that I really want to move forward with? And that's when you'll know. Okay? Blessings. Okay, so let's see. Okay. So Ansberry girl. Okay, so Ansberry girl. Ansberry girl. All right. Get that. Ooh, okay, great. So right now you're kind of in a choice, but you're also, it's monetary, a little monetary, it's material, okay? The choice that you're in is allowing you to see whether or not it could be a guy, all right? It could be a guy, it's situational. Jupiter is working overtime in Leo, so it might be an amorous sort of thing coming through. It does feel like it's more, it's, first of all, it's circumstantial, so it isn't something that you have to learn. So you're in a good position if that's what it is. If it's a romantic relationship, it's budding into something because it is in the state of Pentacles. As it's in Pentacles, that allows you to really tap into home and hearth. And home and hearth is like the builder for what it is that you would like. That's like your alignment, okay? So it's a two of coins, and you're expanding your ideals to become more inclusive in your creative fashion, all right? So quit holding back your creative nature. You don't need to. It's beautiful. Okay. Okay. Now we're going to move into I'm doing them fast now. You're right. Okay. Now we're I love it. Okay. 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 Ooh, okay. So another King of Cups. How interesting, right? This time it feels like the biggest aspect of what it is that you're learning about everything is how to love yourself most. First, learning that you're the greatest common denominator in every experience that you have is an indicator that you're enough to every situation because you're involved. Okay. And the idea is to decide how you want to show up because you're always enough. Okay. And learning to love yourself, this self love that you're coming into, because it does feel like it's flooding into you're feeling that. All right. And so as that floods into your experience, practicing that vibration, allowing that vibration can support you in a really beautiful way. Sometimes I play music. I think that doing like a playlist for you will probably be really good, making like 3 to 5 songs that motivate you into the direction that you would really like to be, something empowering, something supportive, something fun, something fun. Okay. So that way you introduce that into your vibration. And then you can do like a little ask today. A little ask today would be very beneficial. Some kind of fire. I don't know if you're okay with fire. Please don't burn yourself. You could even draw fire. Okay. And that would be beneficial. Okay. And that's what I have for you with that. Okay. Now let's find out when what you're asking for may show up, or you will, yeah, when it will show up. And I want to know when it will show up because I can see that now. Yeah. Good job. Good job bringing it into consciousness. Okay, here we go. All right. Oh, wow. So we're getting a lot of similar cards. When we start to get a lot of similar cards, that shows me that the thread is accurate. Okay, so a personal issue reaches resolution, full moon in Cancer. So later on in the year in Pisces season, right? Wait, no, in Capricorn season, that's when the new moon or the full moon in Cancer will come, and that's when everything will reach its resolve. Okay, that feels really good. Okay, throwing things down there. Okay, let's see who I have. Oh, okay, let's see. I could do one more right now. Okay, let's see. Okay, all right. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay. Okay, so let's see. I can do. Oh, okay. So I already got that one. I think. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Oh, okay, cool. All right, I got that. Okay, so then I can move to, this will be the last person, and then I'm going to move over to Patreon. So this will be squad work, if you're still here. Okay. I don't need you to check in or anything, but that's who I'm going to read for. So you can always come back. Okay. So this will be the last one because I'm at 6:56. Nothing like pushing the envelope. Okay. Here we go. Okay. So yeah, what you felt was me pulling the veil aside and stepping into your energy. That's what everybody feels. And their interpretation of it is different. Everybody's is different. We all have a different way, an individual way that we interpret our experience. All of it is correct. That's what makes up oneness. That's why everything fits. That's why all beliefs are right. I felt you go into expansion, so I just capitalized on existential interests. That's why. That was nice. Okay, so this is like what is prevalent in your vibration. Okay. And if it needs to shift or amplify, that's what we'll do. Okay. Shift or amplify. That's where we'll go with this. All right. Let's see. Ooh, I love this card. Okay. So maybe amplify. Maybe amplify would be a good way to go with this card. So this card isn't in other decks. This is the Palace of Cups from the Cyril Marchetti deck. And as I held it in my left hand because I want you to receive the juice of it because it's so beautiful. All right, so the Palace of Cups is very interpretive. It's about home, obviously, but home, it would represent all the water signs. So that's going to be what? Cancer, okay? And what's next? Scorpio, okay? And then Pisces, right? Okay, so you have those three water signs, and those three water signs have a lot of representation. They have beginnings and endings. They have home. They have family. They have other people's money. They have sexual proclivities. They have all kinds of stuff, okay? So water is flow. Water is always going to be your flow state. It's going to be your creation. So now you're going into that creation energy. As you go into that creation energy, now I know why you went into expansion. That was dynamite. Okay. As you go into that creation energy, we're going to go ahead and amplify possibility for you. Now, what I want you to do, because I felt it get a little bit tight, I want you to imagine or pretend that it's actually a physical field and you can push it away from you, like you're pushing away from a table, and give yourself a lot of spaciousness, the feeling of spaciousness. Okay, there you go. Expand your aura, push your energy out, make it really big, bigger, 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 bigger. Good job. Okay. All right. Learn something new, huh? Okay. All right. Okay, so now we want to invent or create a flow feel. So what feels like flow to you? If you equate it to water, it's going to feel like a river. It's going to feel like space. It's going to feel like the depth of the oceans. It's going to feel like Neptune, Pluto. All right. So you're in the middle of transformation. That's what the water signs are. They're transformation. And in that transformation, you're allowing yourself to become the version of you you've always wanted to be. And as you breathe into that and amplify that desire, you can find your center, okay? And that's the Palace of Cups, all right? So now you're in that consciousness. That's a beautiful state of being. Great shift. Okay, so now you're ready for the gate. Let's see what goes in through the gate for you, all right? Okay. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Oh, doesn't that feel delicious? Oh my God. Okay. And they're telling me right about there in the deck. Oh, this is awesome. So the Six of Cups. So whatever. Oh, and it feels like self-love. It feels like a lot of expression of self-love. Like you're coming into that expression of you being enough and you moved into that solution. And that's actually what is pre-paving for you right now. You're learning that you're enough in this situation and that you just have to show up and decide how you want to act. That's really all it is. Yeah, it's really that easy. That's cool, huh? Yeah. So this situation will present itself. We'll put ourselves in alignment. We'll have inspired action that takes us into alignment with something that we've asked for. As we do that, we're not really sure what it's going to look like. We never know how we're going to act till we show up to the experience. When we show up to the experience, how we act is how we act with whatever information it is that we're using at the time. So if we're in a story over here about some bullshit and we enter a new experience, we're going to take that bullshit with us. If we clear ourselves and settle and like give ourselves a break, maybe some stillness here and there, take breaths, just, right? It gets easier. Good job. So you moved into solution about how it is that you are managing your emotional traffic. You also learned that authenticity is the absence of emotional description and particular thought or ideation. It's okay to have a lot of thoughtfulness, right? Because we have that. Okay. I feel like a big project or something that you're working on. And in that aspect, I'm going to pull towards that. So as I pull towards that, I'm going to do my Moonology cards. I love these. Ever since I've had them, when I bought them, I decided that they would go ahead and reflect timing for me. And since I've done that, they've been very accurate. Anytime you connect energy in the divine with a physical object, you're imbuing it with that intention. When you imbue it with that intention, you give it motion or interaction, it's going to present back to you the energy of intention. So the intention that I have is for timing. Cool, huh? That's how you do pendulums. That's how you imbue your mirrors, your scrying mirrors, your candles with intention. Okay. All right. So here, last card of the day on this line right here. Oh, nothing will come of this situation. Void of course. So the moon goes void of course a lot. Okay. So I would say that you don't have anything to worry about, that everything is working out for you. And as you were able to release that, it got easier. All right. So I wish you many blessings. Thank you guys for joining today and have a great day.